We spend our entire lives planning for retirement. But there's one problem. The person making the plan at 25 is not the same person who arrives at 65. So why do we spend decades building a future for someone we don't even know? What if the biggest financial mistake of your life wasn't spending too much money? What if it was believing you would have more time? Every year, millions of people spend their lives preparing for retirement. They save, they sacrifice. They delay dreams. They tell themselves the same thing. One day I'll travel. One day I'll slow down. One day I'll enjoy life. One day I'll finally have time. Then something unexpected happens. Many people arrive at retirement and discover they were planning for a version of themselves that no longer exists. Their body has changed. Their energy has changed. Their priorities have changed. And for some, the freedom they spent decades working toward doesn't feel the way they imagined. So what happened? Was retirement oversold? Did we misunderstand the promise? Or is there a bigger truth hiding underneath everything we've been told? Tonight we're going to explore one uncomfortable question. What if the biggest lie about retirement isn't money at all? What are people told? Work hard, save money. Retirement is the reward. For decades, this has been the sacred promise. Clock in, sacrifice your best years, delay your dreams, and one day, you'll finally be free to live. Where did this idea come from? It was born in the post-war boom, when companies offered pensions, governments created Social Security, and life expectancy was shorter. Retirement was sold as the golden parachute after a lifetime of loyalty and labor. Society needed productive workers, so it created a beautiful future story. Grind now, enjoy later. The message was clear and comforting. Keep going. The best is yet to come. One day, you'll have time. Then reality hits. We were sold this beautiful dream, but what actually happens when people reach retirement? Many arrive with savings, yet still struggle financially. Rising costs, medical bills, and longer lifespans eat away at what they thought would be enough. Thousands continue working past retirement age, not because they want to, but because they have to. Loneliness becomes a silent epidemic. Friends move away, routines vanish, and many feel invisible. Then you investigate. You pull back the curtain on the promise. What you find isn't a gentle golden sunset. It's more complicated and often much harder. A large share of U.S. retirees face financial insecurity. About 80% of older households are either struggling financially or vulnerable to hardship from major life events. With median incomes around $55,000 and savings of about $71,000, many retirees lack a strong financial cushion. Roughly 30% report difficulty covering everyday expenses, while inflation, longer lifespans, and rising healthcare costs continue to make retirement increasingly challenging. How many continue working? A surprising number never fully stop. Around 20% of retirees are working part-time or full-time, and many more unretire, going back to work after trying retirement. Surveys show 70 to 80% of workers plan to work in retirement, but far fewer actually do so comfortably. For many, it's not choice, it's necessity. How many report loneliness? Loneliness hits hard. About 1 in 3 adults aged 50 to 80 report feeling isolated. For seniors overall, estimates of loneliness range from 10 to 30% or higher, with many more experiencing social isolation. The workplace often provides structure, friendships, and daily purpose. When that suddenly disappears, the silence can be deafening. How many experience health problems shortly after retirement? This one is sobering. Some studies link retirement, especially on time or early retirement, to higher mortality risks in the following years, partly due to loss of routine, purpose, and social connections, though health selection effects play a role. Physical activity often drops. Mental health challenges like depression can rise, and the sudden shift in identity takes a toll on the body and mind. The data paints a clear picture. For a large portion of people, the traditional retirement model doesn't deliver the freedom and joy it promised. Many feel lost, financially strained, socially disconnected, or physically declining, sometimes all at once. The assumption that the 30, 40, or 50-year-old saver would still want the same quiet, leisure-filled life decades later turns out to be fragile. So, what happens when the promise breaks? Maybe the problem isn't retirement. Maybe it's that people spend decades postponing life. Examples: I'll travel later. I'll start painting later. I'll spend more time with family later. Now we reach the truth. The problem was never retirement itself. The lie wasn't that retirement exists. The lie was believing that life begins after work. That one belief quietly stole decades from millions. It taught us to endure the present while dreaming of a future that might never feel the way we imagined. It turned vibrant, capable people into patient waiters, always preparing, rarely living. The real tragedy isn't that the promise sometimes breaks. It's that so many spent their best years postponing the very things that make life worth living: traveling, creating, loving deeply, building something meaningful, becoming who they were meant to be. The answer is simpler and more powerful than we were told. Stop waiting for retirement to start your life. Start building a life you don't want to retire from. Work can be part of a meaningful existence, not just a sentence to endure. Purpose, growth, connection, and joy don't have expiration dates at 65. They're available to you right now, today, if you choose them. The promise was never freedom from work. The real promise is freedom in the way you live. And that freedom doesn't begin at retirement. It begins the moment you stop postponing your life.